10 songs with God in the title. Hi, welcome to Garage Geek. So this is a thread response to Scottspinner1. Now, I first saw Randall Nelson's reply, and then I saw Scottspinner1's original video, and I will link both of those in my description. Now, I watched Scottspinner1's video, and it was basically 10 songs that referred to God. He was using John the Revelator and In My Father's House and My Sweet Lord. And I thought, no, if the challenge is 10 songs that have God in the title, then that's what it's got to be. Otherwise, it's 10 songs about God. That's a totally different challenge. So I'm going to stick to the 10 songs with God in the title. And believe me, this was a very difficult challenge for me. Why? Because even though I have a lot of modern records, I like to try to showcase my older ones. And Scottspinner1 recommended using blues songs, and I don't have that many original blues albums. And so I started going through gospel records, and believe it or not, most gospel songs do not have the word God in the title. I will give you an example. So this is Marian Anderson's Spirituals album, and there are 32 songs on this. Not one of them has the word God in the title. And as I was going through many gospel records, I was like, oh my goodness, I might actually fail at this challenge and have to go to like Ecstasy, like Dear God, or I'm going to have to go to Metallica, The God That Failed. But I didn't want to do that. And so I just kept at it. I'm going to give you another example. So I have five Tennessee Ernie Ford spiritual and hymns albums. And as you're going to see, only one of them, and it was the last one I looked at, only one of them had the word God in the title. So that's going to be my number one. Tennessee Ernie Ford. The album is Spirituals. And the song is When God Drops His Love in My Heart.
When God dips His love in my heart.
Knowing me, I'm not going to do 10 songs, even though I'm supposed to. I'm actually going to do 5 album or song titles and 5 comic books, because that's just the way I do. It was also funny because I had a bunch of initial ideas. For example, X-Men has a famous graphic novel called God Loves, Man Kills, and I couldn't find it. I mean, I know I have it around here somewhere, but I was like, oh no, can't find it. So we're going to start with a really easy one. Jack Kirby's The New Gods. I mean, that's a pretty big, it's right there in the title, Gods. It's gigantic. So there you go. You got some Jack Kirby goodness. Look at that. The New Gods. Next up, we have Mahalia Jackson. And on this album, we have the song, I Thank God for Everything. The next one, or the next two, the titles are going to be a little bit racy. Ooh. So, the book is called The God Damned. And this is from Image Comics. Now, this, I read this one, but I didn't follow up on it. It was really, really interesting. So this is the story of Cain, inventor of murder, cursed by God. And so he is cursed to live as an immortal, viewing history as it unfolds. And so it's his story as he goes through time. It was actually really interesting from what I remember of it, and I would actually like to finish it. Now, what's really cool about Image Comics, if you buy the first ones are usually $9.99. So you get the first series in their graphic novels for $9.99, and it's a great marketing ploy, because then you want to buy the others for $16 or $17. So in the goddamned vein, we're going to go with Nina Simone. Now, I have a bunch of Nina Simone albums, but I did not have the song that I wanted. And I was like, you know what? I'm still going to use it. So we're going to pretend that one of Nina Simone's hits is Mississippi Goddamned. So just pretend it's track number 3 on this side. There it is, Mississippi Goddamned. Look at that awesome cover. So that was a cheat. You can call me out, because I called Scottspinner1 out for cheating. So you can call me out for cheating too.
'Cause everybody knows about Mississippi Goddamn.
Next, we're going to have a comic cover, and believe it or not, Thor is the god of thunder, and that word God very rarely appears on the title or on the cover. But there we have it. I had to search through a lot of Thors until I found the word God, Thunder God. Can even a thunder god prevail against him? John, 2 question marks. Look, Hercules, poor Hercules, he's always down in the covers. So, in that vein, let's go ahead and show one of my Funko Sodas. There's the mighty Thor. Where is he? I have the can. There it is. There's the can, right? Thor, God of Thunder. And there he is. He's all skinny because he's got to fit in this can. Okay, number 4 is going to be Billie Holiday with, you guessed it, her classic song, God Bless the Child. Isn't this a gorgeous album? It is a reprint. I don't care. I had to buy it. It's so gorgeous.
But God bless the child that's got his own.
So since we were just talking about Thor, number 1, the very first issue of the Avengers, on the title has the word God right there. Loki, god of evil. So, can the combined power of the Avengers defeat the sinister spells of Loki, god of evil? Right there on the cover. There you go. There's that first issue of Avengers. Who wishes they had that in their collection? That is worth some buck. Oh, and here's my Funko Pop of Loki. Look at, there he is. He's a bobblehead. Let me show his whole body. Look. His little stand just came off. There he is. He's on a stand because his body is so slender. And his, oh my gosh, his horns. Can you see that? His horns have cobwebs. Oh my gosh, I need to dust my Funkos before I show them. All right, poor Loki. Yeah, he needs to get back on his stand. He needs a good dusting. Okay, so the 5th and final album is going to be Bernstein's Mass. Now, I had to really do some digging because here's the booklet, and the names of the songs aren't on the back. And I was like, this has to have the word God in it somewhere. So when you get to page 12, the name of the song is Gospel Sermon, God Said.
And it was good, brother, it was goddamn good.
Whew. So there you go, 5 albums, but we're not done. My final book is Wonder Woman. And the first 7 issues of this series is referred to as Gods and Mortals. And then later, which I also have, there is a collection that's called War of the Gods. So I have both of those, but the first 7 issues of this gorgeous run by George Perez. Oh, this brings me back to my childhood. Look at her go. There she is. So there you have it. 5 songs that have God in the title without cheating, and 5 comic books that have God in the title. Don't forget to check out Scottspinner1's video and the follow-up video by Randall Nelson. Both will be linked. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to check out Steve Spinner. Sorry,